Finding, renovating, and then renting old properties is always an adventure. These are my experiences. Okay, got the new battery. It was weird, the camera said it had 100%. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, whether to spray or brush the millwork. And I decided to spray. When I walked through it, I actually spent a lot of time thinking about it. I walked through it and looked at kind of what it would take to cut everything in. I'd have to either cut it in by hand or mask it to get clean edges. And really at the end of the day, I just decided that this masking it was and spraying was actually going to be faster. And I think it is. I mean, it took me, these are you know, there's a lot of stuff to mask. So it took me 7 hours to do this upper unit. The lower unit was the first one that I did. So you can see this is what I actually got painted yesterday. So there's paint all over the masking, but it took me, I think, 8 hours to mask the lower unit, just not having done it so long. Okay, today is Saturday, January 14th, and I got the millwork painted, both upper and lower floors. I got the masking done on the lower floor, and I was struggling with my masking, keeping it, you know, with the masking tape sticking. And so I figured I better paint the first floor before I mask the upper floor to get it done. But earlier when I sanded the walls, there was runs everywhere, and I thought that the painters just did a shitty job, but I'm figuring out pretty quick what the issue was. They probably painted in the cold weather the same as I'm doing right now, and using cheap paint. I don't know that more expensive paint would help, but I got some of the cheapest stuff I could. It's Behr Pro I-100. It saved me like $500 on the overall paint job, so I thought it'd be worth it. But anyway, let me show what's going on here. So the exterior walls, I've had the temperature in here at 70 degrees for about 4 or 5 days now, to heat everything up. But these walls are so cold. You can see right here, that's you know, it's white, and then there's the fresh paint. That's not a spot where I missed. It literally ran down onto the masking tape, and it's like water. It's running down the walls. The front of the house is the worst. I think that's where the wind is kind of blowing. But I went around with my paintbrush. I don't know, I mean, my shadow is kind of in the way, so you're not really seeing it, but it's just running down the walls, so it's not drying. I went along with my brush and caught along the base, because it was all running kind of same as that other spot. So I don't know, I don't have any fans or anything. I have a dehumidifier. I don't know if that's going to help much. I think fans would probably help a lot. So I don't know if anybody's selling them this time of year. But that really sucks. I'm not sure, because you know, even if I give it another coat, it's just going to do the same thing. So I think fans is going to be the only option. But I mean, it's going to look good when it's done. You see the masking fell off up here. But it's going to look good, but it's really a pain in the ass. Okay, today is Monday, January 16th, and I brought the floor fans. This is the first floor. And I'm painting the upper floor, but the very first thing I did was hit these exterior walls that were really bad, where the paint had just wasn't drying and it was just kind of running. And I set up the floor fans and hit this wall, and it turned out perfect. So those fans are definitely the way to go. I have a system I usually use when I'm painting, and do ceilings first, kind of start in one corner, work around. But with the issues we have, I got to kind of do things a little bit backwards. So on the upper floor, I'm painting the walls these exterior walls first. You can see I got the fans, both fans going one around the corner there, just to blow the warm air against these walls. So yeah, it's working out good. I'm kind of a little annoyed that I didn't have these things to begin with, because this upper floor was going to turn out really good, and that lower floor is kind of jacked up. And I don't want to take the time to give it another coat, but that's the way it goes. How you learn.